I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. An Ulster County Court jury began deliberations this afternoon in the conspiracy trial of Jaron Phat Boy Rankin, the reputed gang member who's accused of plotting the murder of a man while inside Ulster County Jail. Prosecutors say Rankin ordered the fatal shooting of Charles King Jr., a man who was to testify against Rankin for an earlier shooting. The two men who gunned down King on a Kingston Street were recently convicted of murder. If the jury returns a guilty verdict against Rankin, he could face up to 25 years in prison. Authorities in the state of Florida are hoping someone from here in the Orange County area may have information that can help them locate a former Goshen resident who's been missing since March 14th. That's when 35-year-old Samara Amgen disappeared from a Tamarack, Florida area. Samara, a Goshen High School graduate, and her family had lived on Maple Avenue in Goshen until 2001 when they moved to Florida. Anyone who might be able to provide useful information pertaining to Samara's whereabouts is asked to contact a local law enforcement agency. The ongoing battle between leaders of the Satmar Hasidic village of Kiryas Joel and a dissident faction in the community is headed to the courtroom. Civil rights attorney Michael Sussman is representing dissident leader Joseph Waldman and his supporters in a federal lawsuit claiming years of discrimination, election improprieties, and selective enforcement of village ordinances.
State police are called, when local police are called, they have a local police agency there, but not accredited or certified. Nobody does a thing about it. Why? Because religion is dominant. Religion is wonderful, but it cannot dominate the state. And that's what's been going on in Kiryas Joel.
The legal action also cites acts of violence and intimidation against dissidents that were tolerated by the village's main congregation. The lawsuit asks that the village of Kiryas Joel be dissolved or that current village leaders be removed. Reporter Chris McKenna will have more on the suit and reaction in tomorrow's Times-Herald Record. A new web video has been produced in an attempt to convince state lawmakers to pass a series of bills that are designed to derail fracking, the drilling method that would capture natural gas in the Marcellus Shale that sits under parts of the Catskill region. The one-minute video was produced by environmental groups and features celebrities, including movie star Mark Ruffalo of Callicoon.
I love my New York water.
It's titled, "I Love New York Water," and it pushes the position of drilling opponents that fracking would endanger water supplies. The state legislature is currently considering measures that would bar the state from issuing any new permits for well drilling that involve fracking until June of 2012 and would give the state a new authority to regulate major withdrawals of water. In Port Jervis, two men robbed a taxi driver of more than just his cash. They also stole his cab. Police are on the lookout for the two men who were picked up by a driver for McCarthy Flowered Cabs in Scranton, Pennsylvania. The men were driven to Port Jervis where they pulled a knife and robbed the driver of an undisclosed amount of money, then drove off in his cab. The 2005 Chevy Impala may be easy to spot for area police since the taxi has decals on the sides of the vehicle that say McCarthy Flowered Cabs. Well, for the first time in a long time, there is some optimism out of Newburgh City Hall when it comes to the city's financial future. During a news conference Monday, acting city manager Richard Herbeck said steps have been taken to get Newburgh on a stronger fiscal footing, including better accounting practices.
The city is on the road to achieving fiscal recovery.
Herbeck also reported that revenues exceeded expenses for the first quarter of this year. City leaders have been attempting to improve Newburgh's financial standing amid recent demands from community organizations and employers that someone from the outside step in to oversee city government.
If you're happy and you know who you are.
And a local aquatic facility is taking part in a worldwide effort that they hope will be a record breaker and potentially help save lives. Moms and their little ones came to the Union Avenue Community Fitness Center in New Windsor this morning for a swimming lesson. The facility is taking part in the second annual World's Largest Swim Lesson, one of the many places across the country and the world that are attempting to break the Guinness World Record for simultaneous swimming lessons.
This is exactly part of our mission, to provide community fitness to the community, and part of that is a low-key health club, but another part of it is quality swim lessons. And today's swim lesson is a parent-taught class. It's free, just to get kids involved and learning how to swim safely. I mean, as early kids actually start our program as young as 6 months, and that just reduces their fear of the water. And then by 3, they're learning strokes, and by 4, they're swimming.
Drowning is the second leading cause of unintended death in children ages 1 to 14 in the U.S. And research shows that if a child doesn't learn to swim before the 3rd grade, they likely never will. Those who set up the event hope to smash the 2010 record of 4,000 youngsters and adults who took a simultaneous swimming lesson. We'll be seeing more rain in the area, especially by the end of the week. As for tomorrow, expect a mix of sun and clouds, with temperatures rising to around 80 degrees. Thursday will be cloudy with a chance of late-day showers. The highs will again hover around that 80-degree mark. When news happens, you will find it here at Record Online and get a comprehensive look at all that is going on by picking up tomorrow's edition of the Times-Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.